Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Sitting next to me is my partner, Craig Lynd. AI. And I'm not talking Allen Iverson.
Love it.
I love it for the entertainment. For business, eventually it's going to blow you up.
What do you mean?
Because people are lazy. They're lazy.
Well, people have always been lazy.
No, super late. Well, the problem in our profession, write me a motion to argue this motion.
Okay.
And it makes the cases up.
You talk to any paralegal who's been a paralegal for more than 5 years, and she'll tell you just about every attorney she's ever worked for is the laziest person she's ever met, because before there was AI, there was paralegals who had to do all the stuff that the AI is doing now. It wasn't the attorney doing it. If there was something cited incorrectly, if there was a word missing, if a concept was misconstrued, it was because the attorney gave it to the paralegal to do. No attorney since like 1919 was doing his own motions, doing his own briefs.
I'm not saying that they don't handle the heavy lifting, but as far as the research goes, when was the last time you allowed your paralegal to research a case for you?
I don't like letting other people research cases for me.
Oh, so it was before 1919 then?
No, I research my own cases. I'm not comfortable with having somebody other than myself.
So our attorneys research their cases.
Correct.
Okay. Problem is the new attorneys, AI, they didn't have to go to books to learn stuff.
Well, you've always had a type of AI for your legal research, but it wasn't called AI back then. It was called Westlaw case notes. And so basically what you would do is you find a case note that talks very specifically about your subject. And that particular case note in there, it'll tell you all the other cases that cited it. So that is, it was AI before there was AI.
Well, we can agree it didn't make it up.
Correct. It did not make it up.
AI makes it up.
Well, it depends on what AI you use.
There's a U.S. attorney.
ChatGPT will make stuff up. Now, if you get like Westlaw and Lexus, they have their own AI. The Westlaw and Lexus AI doesn't make anything up. Those are actual cases.
North Carolina assistant U.S. attorney. U.S. attorney. Big deal, right? U.S. attorneys are big. They're not just like small little podunk people.
Yeah, it's a big...
Resigned after filing an AI-generated court brief with fake quotes and citations.
Oh.
U.S. Attorney Rudy Renter admitted to using AI to rewrite a filing. The brief included fabricated quotes and incorrect case citations. He said he used AI after accidentally deleting an earlier draft and panicking. Whoa, hold on.
You can't accidentally
hold on. No, it's not about accident deleting. What he admitted to is what most criminals use as an excuse for their crimes.
My dog ate the homework.
I panicked. I needed the money. I needed this stuff. He just did what he probably prosecuted a bunch of people for doing. Oh, I just wanted to get home from driving. I just wanted to do something. And he wants to make it seem okay.
Yeah, have you ever noticed that at the bar? I needed to get my car home.
Prosecutors, judges, people like that, when they screw up, they always sound like clients.
It's human nature. It's human nature.
It just feels ridiculous.
Because no one wants to just sit down, look in the mirror and go, you know what? I'm an evil POS. Nobody wants to do that. So you come up with excuses.
It's not God, I hate this, because you and I used to go to the prosecutor's office when we were younger and say to them, hey, listen, he just made a mistake. Oh, no, it's just not a mistake. You got to teach him a lesson. This guy didn't get taught a lesson. He just resigned.
That's a big lesson.
He quit.
Well, he would have gotten fired. I mean, he was on his way to getting fired. How many clients did
we have that go, oh, we're just going to leave jail? We quit. No, they had to go to jail. They had to pay for their crime.
Well, did he do something illegal?
It could be illegal.
And here's the thing. Here's the tricky
part. You know what he did? I think it's, hold on. This is what this guy did. He's a U.S. attorney, okay?
Yeah.
So he was answering a defendant's brief. So there was some guy whose freedom was on the line, and he was using AI to prosecute him.
Well, and not just using AI to prosecute, using false cases. False citations, false quotations to make a case to put somebody in prison.
Yeah, somebody could have gone to prison because he was too lazy to do the work. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I can understand a defense attorney being lazy. I screwed up a little bit. I should have worked this case harder. But when your goal is to put somebody into prison, shouldn't you get it right?
You should probably have real cases for that, yeah.
And what do you do?
You're not expecting an argument from me on this.
I'm taking my ball going home. That's what he did. I quit. I'm going
Well,
home.
was that it? When was this? Because I don't think that is probably the end of the sanctions.
He resigned.
Which state? The Bar Association for that state probably isn't done with him yet.
We don't know.
Yeah, well, he quit right away. That's his job.
Every time we've ever caught a prosecutor doing something salacious, they never get it. Remember a couple of these people who were hiding evidence, and judges actually got up and wrote letters for this person to the Florida bar to protect him. Happened in Florida. This young lady prosecutor hid evidence, and the bar went after her. Judges were writing letters to protect her. And I was thinking to myself, wow, you so badly want to kiss police officers' asses that you did this. And that's what happens.
She hid evidence?
Yeah.
I don't recall this. Is this a case that you and I were on?
No.
Oh.
It was a big case in Florida where they hid the evidence. And we've had that happen to us. I mean, you remember one of my biggest cases when during deposition, we found out that the agent who was working for the statewide prosecutor's office intentionally kept the tapes from us and said he was instructed to do so. Nobody paid for that. Nobody had to go to jail for it. I mean, look at all these people, and I'm not saying this, but...
Well, are we talking about the privileges that people who work for law enforcement get when they break the law, or are we talking about attorneys using AI?
Talking a little bit of both. Nobody gets penalized for it. Nobody ever has to deal with it. You know, you take away somebody's freedom, we don't care. He'll just resign. He didn't give up his license. He's still practicing law.
For now.
Oh.
I don't know that that's going to continue. At least not. I mean, I don't think the bar would allow some. I mean, they have to at least give a warning, like a written reprimand or class. Well, yeah. I mean, what do you? I don't know.
Take a class. Somebody goes to prison.
What should you do? Yeah. What should you do with him? Did you just throw him out of the practice of law for the rest of his life because he took a shortcut? I mean, how many people take a shortcut in their professions?
I think in a situation where
it's unforgivable when it's a prosecutor. That needs to be the differentiating aspect of it.
We do set the tone. Certain people do have to go to jail longer or anything else because they are celebrities, because they are important, and you want them to deal with it. But we've had presidents busted for perjury, and all they did was lose their license in Arkansas. We know who we're talking about. And this isn't being a Republican or Democrat, but when you're an attorney and you get caught lying under oath, what should be the penalty? You should probably at least be suspended for a year from the practice of law.
Well, they suspended him forever.
Well, that's because he didn't fight it. He just took the suspension, like he thought like Bill was going to practice law ever again. Did you see Bill walking in?
Attorney Clinton.
Attorney Clinton, could you approach the bench, please? No.
Now, Mr. Clinton, I didn't expect to see you representing somebody on a DUI.
Yeah, no, he wasn't worried about that. But people,
my client,
we're very subjective over this stuff.
Never blew on that test.
Here's the thing: we have tried cases.
Of course,
we have seen insanity incarnate.
Yes.
Now we're different than a lot of people in our position.
Are we?
Yes. You know why? Because normally when you're on the billboard, you don't practice law anymore.
That's usually true. Yes.
Yeah, you're not in courtroom.
Yeah.
You and I are sitting.
That's not true for you.
You and I are sitting in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
We're going to be sitting up in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee come May, by the way.
Shut up.
We're going to be up there again. Maybe we'll have Judge Gass again. Remember him?
Yeah.
Guys, we had the judge who was basically the judge from My Cousin Vinny. Didn't look like him.
The two Utes.
But if you closed your eyes, man, it was that judge.
I mean,
he was a good judge.
He was a good judge. He was a good judge, but yeah. I wasn't fond when opposing counsel referred to him by his first name.
Yeah. Are you coming over for a barbecue again?
Shouldn't you use the word Your Honor in that? What I wanted to do was call him, hey, Joe. I was tempted to call him that too.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't.
Well, I was already in enough trouble. I was in a Bronx courthouse the other day, and there were 4 city attorneys sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm in another courtroom, never even stood in this place before.
These guys don't even know who I am.
No.
Did you tell them, hey, I'm on a billboard in Florida?
No.
They're probably, oh, yeah, good for you.
When people ask why we do that, they're going, well, if you practice law, why do you have to be on the billboard? And I'm going, there's no difference. Why you choose to hire us is secondary to the work we do. And we've always learned that. We used to have these disgusting billboards when we did criminal defense back in the 1900s. And I remember it's a
Are
DUI
you
$500.
talking about DUI $800?
DUI $800.
Those were the most effective advertising tools I have ever seen.
They were.
We would go into courthouses with boxes of cases assigned to us.
And they hated us.
All the other attorneys hated us. The judges didn't hate us because they could get rid of like 12 cases all at once.
I mean, but it really is secondary why you choose a lawyer compared to the work they do. Now, what I do notice is it's a coin flip who you get at some of the firms. Like I'll ask, they'll say, hey, I didn't use you. I went to that. Who'd you go with? Yeah, I don't know. Very rarely do they know the name of the attorney who's representing them.
Well, that's true. Yeah. You hire a law firm, unlike us.
Yeah.
If I can sound a little advertisey here, unlike us, you hire a law firm, the guy on the billboard of the firm you hired, you will probably never see. And he definitely is going to show up in court on your trial. That's not true for our cases.
We've had some tough ones. I mean, I feel rotten. We had a client.
You've been in almost all of the trials that we've had.
Yeah. Yeah. You've tried some without me.
Yeah, that's true.
But we've had those tough drives. What happens in a court case is that every day you leave that courthouse wondering how you're doing. You know, it's not like TV where a case is done in a day. It's multiple days. And we walk out of there every day going, okay, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? What's going to hit us in the morning? What surprise motion is going to be filed? And it happens all the time to us. What evidence is a judge going to toss out? How are we going to get this witness in? We just found out we lost the witness. The judge has disqualified our witness or won't allow. We had one where in a personal injury case, you have to put medical records forward to show, the bills and everything. We had a judge who said, well, because you didn't get it in at a specific time, I'm not going to allow you to actually put it in. So what happened is I had to ask the witness, do you remember a bill you got for $500? Yes. Do you remember a bill you got for $900? And it was ridiculous, but we had to do that. I think it was like 70 times. And the jury wanted to see the bills. Can't show them to you. And these little pieces will keep you from succeeding. And it could just be a single comment. We're not going to allow your expert in because he didn't redo his earlier testimony. And the guy's going, it always changes. It always changes based on new data you get. Well, you can only give your opinion based on 2 years ago. You can't do it based on the new information that you have. So it's all a little silly when it comes down to it. But I think what you do for a living is when you're actually still practicing law, you can talk to people differently. They call you up and they ask you for your advice and you can actually give it and not just go, let me send you to Tony, and Tony ain't going to call you back. I get most of my conversations with people have nothing to do with accidents or anything else. It has to do with something else. And you take these advice all the time. Hey, Craig, can I issue a question? And you're going, no.
That's not true. I answer the question.
Please.
I don't say no.
Craig will be in the middle of lifting a weight. I just got busted for, let me just get this weight off me.
Come on. Not in the middle of a set.
I'm in the middle of a set. Come on. So here are the rules.
The rules don't use it.
So here's the rules. Do some basic research.
Are you talking to attorneys now?
I'm doing attorneys. I'm talking about college students. I'm talking anybody because now everything is AI. Google, when you do the search, it's an AI search now. It even says AI search, and you go, oh, really? Now, some of it's ridiculously helpful when the creative process and everything else, but AI is a convincing liar. So you always have to do your research.